Hi Pisces, my name is Audrey Alison, and thank you for joining me for your November 2014 forecast for the month. I'm very excited to be here. I have some personal news that I'd like to share that I started to share in October but couldn't fully express it because I hadn't given notice yet. But I quit my day job. So I am sharing this with people to possibly inspire anybody out there who's wanting to take their own quantum leap of faith and just pursue their passions. I just did that, so I'm much more available for Audrey Alison astrology and tarot, and to just generally do the things that I love to do in life, which is read the cards and to study astrology. So I thought I'd share that with you. So I'm also posting a lot more videos up throughout the month for my viewers. Anyway, let's get into it because this is a pretty spectacular month in regards to your career. But we're going to start off the month here with a full moon on November 6th at 14 degrees Taurus. Now, Taurus for you, Pisces, governs your third house of communications. So thankfully, we're out of the retrograde of October with Mercury. And what's happening is you're getting some replenishment in your third house of communication sector because you could have been a little tongue-tied in October. The full moon does bring an awareness and a culmination to the sector it touches, and you might be seeing some things that have been hidden in your communication style or with someone that you're communicating with. Full moons can bring endings as well, and third house is local travel and siblings. Some of you could be maybe distancing yourself from a relationship with a sibling at this time, and that's okay. You know, relationships go through ebbs and flows and ups and downs. So, you might find that some little distance from sister or brother might be called for at that time. But it also just illuminates the way you're communicating with others at that time. 2 days later, on the 8th, Mercury makes his transit, making up for lost time, into Scorpio. And this is only a 19-day visit that he's here. He's affecting your ninth house of faraway travel. Mercury in the ninth also is a great placement for the internet and communications with higher technology. Internet, all that stuff that's real modern Uranus ninth house type of energy. Mercury in the ninth is also a great placement for online dating. If I didn't just say that, it's hard for me to remember. I'm actually recording Pisces last, so I've been channeling for about 6 hours now. So let's just see what comes out of this mouth. Okay, so Mercury going into Scorpio. You are expressing yourself better over the internet, whether that's online dating or just in business in general, for people who are running businesses from their home. Also, your expression with, higher education, communication, and speech in any courses or classes that you're taking is very much supported with Mercury in the ninth. Or studies or intellect analyses that you have to get done regarding school or courses or higher education. Now, here's something interesting for you, Pisces. You have Neptune stationed in your sign. Neptune's your ruling planet. So you like him there. You're comfy with him there, and that's good because he doesn't move for 30 years or so. So Neptune's a super slow planet, and he's been in Pisces, but he's been retrograde in Pisces, along with Chiron, the asteroid, the wounded healer, who's also been in Pisces, who's also been retrograde. Both of these energies are going direct this month. Neptune's going direct in your first house, and Chiron on the 16th, and Chiron goes direct on the 23rd in Pisces in your first house. You like this. Most signs rather prefer Neptune to be retrograde because then the rose-colored glasses come off and people are able to see things for what they are, depending on where Neptune falls in their astrological wheel, what houses it affects. But since it's stationed in your first, you're actually, Pisces, the only sign that's probably more comfortable with your ruling planet direct, so you can continue living life with your rose-colored glasses on. And, in this dreamy state, which Pisces loves, delusion, nebulous energy, the haze. Neptune rules drugs and rock and roll. and, dreaminess. So you like him direct, and this is influencing your first house of self. So perhaps you felt a little uncomfortable with him retrograde over the last several months. Now Chiron wants us to heal. Now that Chiron's direct, your own therapeutic ability, your own inner therapist is able to work. You might not have done very well in self-soothing over the last 7 months. You might have searched outwardly for any therapeutic advice, or any type of healing might have had to come through maybe vice or food or alcohol. But now you have the capability to self-heal with Chiron stationed in Pisces and direct. We like that. Now on the 16th, on the same day, Venus makes a transit into Sagittarius. Now from the 16th on, it is all about your 10th house of career and the sign of Sagittarius, which governs your 10th house of career. Because we have Mars stationed in Sagittarius. He moved in there last month, giving you energy in this 10th house of career. You're very busy, Pisces. Your recognition, your retirement, your social status, the career itself, how you are being perceived. The 10th house is the highest point on the astrological wheel. It's called the midheaven. It's the highest point in which you are outwardly seen and expressed. So now you have Venus conjunct Mars. Venus, the planet of, love and money, and it means women, conjunct Mars, the planet of energy and drive, and it means men, conjunct. So the two of them are working together in the 10th house of career. There's a balance between your masculine and feminine energies in your 10th house. And then just a few days later, the sun, like he does every year on the 22nd, transits into Sagittarius, conjunct Venus, conjunct Mars, in the 10th house of career. Having the sun and Venus especially, and Mars giving energy, you're really working hard. But you're loving it. With Venus there, you're loving what you're doing. You're absolutely in love with your career. And for those of you who aren't working, this is the time to really get your job going on. And I don't even think there's anything you could do to stop it, because opportunity is coming in due to, on the same day the sun goes into Sagittarius, we have our new moon. We have our new moon at 0 degrees Sagittarius. So each house in astrology has 30 degrees in it. To start a new moon at a 0 degree impetus at the beginning of this little sector in your chart of the 10th house of career, there's new jobs happening. There's new opportunity coming in for those of you who want it. But if those of you who are really happy with your career, it's new money. It's new title. A new title, new status in the career is happening. Fabulous energy for a Pisces. Now, just a few days later, and the new moon wants you to start something new in the career too. So you can have your job, but also approach it in this new, fresh way. And it's very creative. On the 27th, Mercury also joins the party in Sagittarius, another personal planet. He leaves your 9th house, where he was for 19 days, and moves into Sagittarius in this 10th house of career again. So the sun, the new moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars are all stationed in your 10th house of career. It's a party, and you're going to really like it. Let's get to the cards. I feel like it's going to be a lot of career cards influenced by coins, so we'll see what comes up. Also, if you'd like to read with me, you can find me at audreyallison.com and on Facebook at Audrey Allison Astrology and Tarot. Let's see what's happening for Pisces in November. Three of Wands. This is the 9th house of faraway travel and location. I pulled this in the last reading. It's also the card of water, which it's fire card, but it's on water, and it has to do with the Pisces dream, dreaming of going far, far horizons. The breaking of position, new possibilities. The 5 of Cups. See how the two birds are flying their separate ways? This could relate to changing up the career, to start a new job, to start something new. The 4 of Coins, saving money, the opportunity to save or good investment. Your career and promotion might pick up so much that you're able to start, IRAs or accounts or get something savings that's really, phenomenal. And the Five of Wands, the creative energy, the feeling I was getting earlier of this being really creative. For those of you writers, musicians, sculptors, whoever's using your hands to create, guitar, piano, this is beautiful creative energy, and it's the final outcome of the spread, which means it will develop into something like a career that could take you far. It's something that, is your goal, to be this creative self. And Pisces, you are very creative. On the solar wheel, you rule the 12th house of creativity and spirituality. So you really need to express yourself, and really no better month than November to express it in the form of the career. Thank you for joining me. My name is Audrey Alison, and I'm wishing you a sweet November. And I will see you sooner than December because I'm putting up more videos. So you have a sweet day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.